Hello there, I'm Hendy Gui and welcome to your 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Let's move on to the news. We'll start off with the flood development in Sarawak. The number of flood victims in Sarawak now stands at 1,070, following the third wave of floods in the state since last Tuesday.
The Sarawak State Disaster Management Committee, or JPPN Secretariat, in its latest report said Serian District remains the worst affected area, with 785 evacuees from 255 families recorded so far. The flood situation had not improved due to the unpredictable heavy rain. 18 relief centres, namely one in Tatau District, Simunjan 4, Samarahan 2 and Serian 11 are still operating in the state.
Right. The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, also known as MOTAC, is working with the Department of Labour Peninsular Malaysia to implement the initiative to temporarily place workers in hotels in accordance with the Workers' Minimum Standard of Housing and Amenities Act 1990, Act 446.
MOTAC in a statement today said the decision was reached during a special session of the National Security Council on COVID-19 management. The government's proactive efforts were aimed at tackling the spread of COVID-19 pandemic caused by workplace clusters, especially those involving workers' accommodation. The ministry said the scope only involved room accommodation, not including the cost of water, electricity, laundry, and other facilities. However, employers could get the other facilities related to the additional costs by negotiating with the hotels on the matter.
More than 9,000 creative industry players are set to benefit from the Malaysian Creative Industry Stimulus Package, also known as Prisma, amounting to 89.2 million ringgit. According to Communications and Multimedia Minister Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah, Prisma is a short-term initiative by the Ministry of Communications and Multimedia KKMM to ensure the survival and sustainability of the country's creative industry during the COVID-19 pandemic.
According to him, Prisma focuses on three main strategies, namely facilitating the financing of creative content production, enabling the capacity and skills of creative industry players, and providing market access for local creative products. Saifuddin said the programs would be implemented in stages from today until June, and further information on Prisma could be obtained at the ministry's official website. He said KKMM was also in the midst of preparing a comprehensive evaluation system for all creative industry activities under the ministry's facilitation, as each branch of the arts has different evaluation methods.
A new e-learning hub, eLatte, was launched by the Human Resources Department Fund, HRDF. It is part of its effort to assist Malaysians during this difficult period of combating COVID-19 to enable the people to prepare for the future by accessing hundreds of skills development and educational-based content.
A collaborative effort between HRDF and GO1, one of the largest international e-learning aggregators, HRDF said the eLatte will be available to all Malaysians starting from February 6, 2021 until February 5, 2022. All Malaysians, especially job seekers, were encouraged to access the free online training courses at eLatte official website. Through this collaboration, the eLatte would benefit Malaysians with free access to more than 200 industry-driven training courses customized to the needs of the Malaysian industry. As these courses are provided by an international non-profit aggregator, the courses for now are in English. Human Resources Minister Datuk Seri M. Saravanan said this initiative was crafted to encourage Malaysians to adopt learning and knowledge acquisition as part of their everyday routine. Meanwhile, HRDF Chief Executive Datuk Shahul Hamid said although HRDF was first set up to service its levy-paying stakeholders, the eLatte platform was HRDF's way of giving back to all Malaysians.
The police seized smuggled cigarettes from a sundry shop located at Taman Sri Sarawak, Jalan Bukit Mata, Kuching, around 9:40 p.m. last night.
Kuching Central Police Station Chief ASP Ahmad Abang in a statement today said a worker of the premise, a 32-year-old Indonesian man, was also arrested. According to Ahmad, initially his team was out to conduct their investigation and surveillance on illegal gambling activities. Instead, they stumbled upon these illicit cigarettes. He added that the suspect also failed to produce the relevant documents from the Customs Department regarding the cigarettes that were found hidden underneath shelves inside the shop. The cigarettes, comprising of different brands, he said, was estimated to be worth 7,590 ringgit. The case is currently being investigated under Section 135(1)(d) of the Customs Act 1967.
The Sarawak Marine Police Region 5 PPMW5 seized a foreign tanker carrying about 45,000 litres of diesel without valid documentation while sailing towards Sungai Miri around 10:30 a.m. on Thursday.
MW5 Commander ACP Shamsul Qasim said 4 Indonesian men operating the vessel were detained, while diesel, fuel pumping equipment and the tanker, all worth about 2.6 million ringgit, were confiscated under an operation dubbed Ops Benteng COVID-19. Upon inspection, the personnel discovered about 45,000 litres of diesel stored in 2 tanks in the vessel. In a statement, he said the skipper failed to produce any valid document on the ownership of the diesel, which is an offence under the Control of Supplies Act 1961. He said the men aged between 22 and 55 years old and the vessel loaded with the diesel were brought into Sungai Miri for further action. A police report was later lodged at Tanjong Lobang Police Station. He said the case had been referred to the Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry or KPTN HEP enforcement officers here for further action and investigation.
Right, moving on. While awaiting for the COVID-19 test results, all the spaces in Long Laput longhouses had undergone sanitization. This included all the premises of the longhouses and also houses in the surrounding area.
According to the Chief of Marudi Fire and Rescue Department, Maureen Sim, the operation covered 116 rooms in 4 blocks of the longhouses, an Ikase house, a canteen and Meringau amongst house. A total of 5 personnel from Marudi Fire Station had conducted the sanitization by using 4 units of spray tanks and sodium hypochlorite solution.
Selesai saja operasi sanitasi awam, kami terus bergerak ke Kampung Long Laput untuk menjalankan operasi sanitasi awam di kampung pula. Di mana di kampung ada beberapa PUI masih dalam tunggu result untuk COVID. Tapi belum pastilah apa dia punya, mungkin harap-harap dia negatif, tapi penduduk kampung dia rasa gelisah dan gusarlah dengan dengan dia punya
situasi.
Dengan situasi yang berlaku masalah. Sebab semua khawatir, yang seperti yang kita tahu, semua khawatir tentang COVID, sebut COVID, semua orang takut.
And that concludes our 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Don't forget to tune in for the Nightline at 11:30 p.m. with Cheryl Shaminato. With that, I'm Hendy Gui. Have a pleasant day.